Hi, my name is Chris Zhang, and I'm in Hour 7, Pod 1, and this is the assignment Section 4 Winter Biology Book Club, or BBC, and the date is April 2nd, 2018. This section was from chapters 8 to 9 and encompassed 51 pages overall. There were multiple pictures depicting a Frankenstein in black and white, and a picture of a dumpling at the end of the chapters. The chapters were named How to Know If You're Dead and Just Ahead for chapters 8 and 9, respectively, which conveniently rhyme, by the way. Chapter 8 really focuses on larger surgeries and the theories behind it. There's only mention on the soul in different theories throughout history that incorporated the idea of a soul having a material location in the body. For instance, the Egyptians believed that it resided in liver. Chapter 9 started with the idea of death by guillotine. The argument was made that this sort of punishment is actually more humane than inhumane and was thought of such before. Later it was observed and discovered to actually be the opposite. The heads remained quite conscious for a few minutes before ultimate death due to the blood still in the brains. Once the oxygen had been depleted or the brains were empty of blood, the subject finally died, but only after minutes of what can only be assumed to be excruciating pain. Later in the chapter, it focuses more on how these heads could possibly be detached and reconnected to another body. This was the case for monkeys who had a head transplant who died days after the procedure. However, this proved a step closer in research, and however gruesome it may have been, I really haven't had any life experiences dealing with decapitation, thankfully, and haven't experienced a full head transplant or removal. I've seen a video describing this exact phenomenon, which would have been about the death of the human body after decapitation. It was interesting, and the book expanded on that already known knowledge. An aha moment in the reading was on page 2214, where Roach states, "Perfected being the key word. The trouble is that with human subjects is that no one wants to go first." This really created a summative for the entire paragraph and how this would never get an advance in medicine because people just don't want to have the need or the want to put themselves out there. Pretty much states how inhumane this would have been viewed. The end of the chapter posed a lot of thought-provoking questions that were based on morality, including will people give away an entire intact body to improve the life of a stranger, asking and focusing on different moral values in people, which asked the reader to reconsider their stance on these sort of controversial topics, which resonated with me. I learned that the brain stays alive for about 5 minutes after decapitation, and the Egyptians believed that the soul resided in the liver. This section connected to domain 6 and 2 because it shows how organs in the human body communicate and the day-to-day functions of them. Domains 5 and 6 have yet to be discussed, and I believe that 3 and 4 will be discussed in the remaining future, as there's been catering to them and has really been leading to it. I want to learn more about the processes of the human brain after it has been severed, and there have been ancient studies done on it and how major surgeries take place. It was very gruesomely depicted in the text.